In 2019, the American Library Association actually adopted sustainability as a core value of our profession, which has literally changed the conversation in our profession forever, which is really exciting. And so if you're not familiar with the term sustainability, because a lot of us use that word kind of interchangeably with different things, we're talking about balance, and balance amongst three spheres, not just the environment, but also taking into consideration that everything in this world is connected. You don't affect one area of our world without it having a ripple effect someplace else. So really looking at what they call the triple bottom line, or the three-legged stool, because if one of these things is out of balance, the stool will tip over. So it needs to be finding balance with environmental stewardship, economic feasibility, and social equity, making sure that human component is a massive part of discussions about how we move forward in the future. So this idea of balance is at the fore, but really at the center of sustainability in that Venn diagram that you're looking at is people, is putting people at the center of our decision-making, their health and well-being, and getting back to the basics of what it means to be a member of a community, to be a good neighbor, both locally and globally, and truly make decisions that aren't economically driven solely, but really looking at the long-term health of us, of people, of humans. So when you look at how we keep people happy and we make good decisions and we move forward in a way that will have an impact for people as we move forward, there's a number of different frameworks you can use to say, well, how do you improve people's well-being? Like there's all different articles about this, and this is not about the pizza party for the staff when I say well-being. I'm talking about true, well-rounded, healthy living for everyone in our community, including library workers. You can take a look at many different frameworks like the World Happiness Report, which talks about the 4 pillars. And you can see library work reflected in this so cleanly, right? When you talk about socioeconomic development and the work we do to contribute to workforce development and to small business development. Environmental conservation is obviously at the heart of this because we don't have unlimited natural resources and we abuse a lot of the natural resources that we currently have. Preservation and promotion of culture, not much says libraries except that one, and good governance, which I think many of our libraries certainly strive to do, but is why we are so trusted in our organizations and our communities, is because we have a commitment to transparent governance. So these are macro level frameworks for society, and I think they're things we're striving towards, but they're things that libraries represent as well. There's also much larger frameworks like the Sustainable Development Goals, which a lot of Americans mistake as a list for someone else. This applies in the United States as well. This is 17 categories of work that's necessary to build a more sustainable future for ourselves. And you can certainly map what your library is doing to many of these categories, but it's not, I think, necessarily the idea that we're just going to keep doing what we've already done and just talk about it a little differently. We have to do some things a bit differently with intent, and we have to figure out ways to find others to join us to do good work in our communities.